and he was like, you should wear your red underwear in my bed.
Did you have a connection with anybody in there in the villa?
Okay, so here's the tea. I did have a connection with someone, and that person conversation.
Okay.
Which then, when I went and watched back,
Was a lie.
was bullshit.
Damn.
Yeah.
So she is playing a big game in that villa.
Yeah.
So,
A big game in that villa.
Yeah,
because-
I did not think either of them were going to come back with anyone.
Great together.
all I hear is shouting. I remember.
Yeah, so then
So who was shouting? You
me,
and
I shouted.
with Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Oh my days. What did he say to you?
Yeah.
How does that frustrate you? And do you think that you were represented in the way that you wanted to be?
I think definitely.
And it was just really nasty, and I didn't like that at all.
What a mess.
Yeah, he's just not a very respectful man.
Yeah,
It all happened.
We witnessed it.
Huh?
Yeah,
You
that-
witnessed
well-
in the bed.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was the first night, like when
Wait,
he
so
did
what-
all that behind
Hold
my
on.
back.
Yeah.
I hopped in bed and did that.
What-
So I could
what
hear
has-
them moaning.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
I was up.
Okay, guys, the Murad My podcast is back. Daily and consistent content. We have 3 islanders who have left this season. Guys, we have Mollie, Jazmine, and Charlie, everybody. Boy! Woo! How you guys all doing?
Yeah, good.
This is the first time I have 3 guests.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the first ever time.
Big day.
Big day. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I feel like I want to just navigate it, and hopefully it all just
Yeah.
works out well.
Spread the love.
Spread the love. Literally all 3 of you. How are you 2 girls doing?
Yeah, good. Me and Casa rejects.
That's what we'll call ourselves. We've got a group chat called
Yeah.
Casa Rejects. Yeah.
And
so-
Charlie, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah.
How's-
It's been quite a while since I've been back.
And how have the
getting back to
interviews been
reality.
doing? And like, you know, you've been out for a minute now. So like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, getting used to the interviews or seeing people's reactions to you, like how have you dealt with it?
Yeah, it's been fun. Like, obviously, weird people recognizing you in the street.
Right.
After, like, obviously, I was only in there for like 8 days, so wasn't as long as I expected, but it was still fun. I enjoyed it.
He shocked me because like when he came to the villa, I was thinking Charlie is going home tomorrow.
Yeah.
Charlie is going home the next less than 24
really?
hours. I thought Charlie was not going to have a good time in the villa
Yeah.
because we've seen people who come across as posh
Yeah.
fail completely. Like you had.
Did you not? Did you not like me, mate?
I did not like you at all in the like. I mean, it wasn't. It's not. I didn't like you. I just thought that this guy's going to do anything.
Yeah, came
Yeah.
across as a bit of a prick. To begin
Not really a prick, but it's the aesthetic of like Chugs, Charlie from another season, that kind of posh. thing.
Charlie Frederick.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I feel like
I know him, actually.
Right, they don't like. We're not going to get as much.
Yeah.
From previous, so I thought this is going to be the same thing, but you did exceed my expectations because
Thank
you
you,
came
thank
in there with Tasha and the whole Andrew situation,
Mm.
and you really were the first one to. You did what a bombshell needed to do,
Mm.
and you caused a huge issue between them two. Everyone's questioning Tasha's loyalty, sorry, and etc. So what do you make? Have you been watching this new season?
The new episodes. Yeah, I have. Yeah.
What do you make of this Andrew Tasha mess?
I didn't think it would be recoverable from
Recoverable.
after Casa, but like it kind of looks like they might get back together now, right? With
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. Like obviously from my experience, I thought like her hair could definitely be turned,
Right.
just like based off how it was with me and her when I got in there.
To be honest with you, aesthetically, both you and Tasha look better. You both looked good together, and you were speaking together, and her head was visibly turned by you very quickly.
Yeah.
So
I think like for me, like obviously I had my recoupling as soon as I got in there, like the day after, and I had like the 2 options of her who was like she was interested in me, and then I had Ekinsu who was obviously completely single and had like literally said to me like I want to get to know you. So it was kind of
Okay.
like weighing the 2 up, and like I was thinking logically in that point I was like yeah, obviously Ekinsu get to know Tasha on the side, and then
but my question to you is that recoupling. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to pick Tasha.
yeah, everyone did.
Why didn't you pick Tasha?
I said she was in a couple with Andrew. Like she had literally, we had a good date. Both dates were good. Had a good date with her, and she was like, "I'm intrigued by you," but she wasn't like saying
Right.
more
Okay. So
than
it's
that.
early days.
Yeah, it was early
Okay,
days. So
that
if
makes
I had an extra 24 hours,
That makes sense.
I probably would have gone the other way. I think, but
Right. Okay.
it was just like very early days, so hard for
Wow.
me to, you know, assess the situation. There's
Right.
a lot going on when you first get in. Like it's
Yeah.
mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's
so-
mad when you go in. Like
It literally feels like 50 years. Like you feel like if you've known someone 24 hours, it's been 10 years.
it's just a lot. It's very intense.
Yeah, very intense.
Especially your Casa Amor recoupling.
Oh my God, yeah. You can
Like
breathe.
when you spoke Mollie on the recoupling situation, and I thought you were gonna say Jax.
Everyone has said this to me.
Like-
I don't know why I didn't, to be fair.
I wish he said this when he said Davide. I was like, what? It just spun my head.
Yeah, Jax is crafty because before he spoke to Cheyenne.
Right.
He saw I brought red underwear into the villa.
Dead.
And he was like, you should wear your red underwear in my bed. You need to get in my bed. And he kept saying it. And I goes, no. I was like, someone needs to ask you to be in their bed. I'm not just going to get in.
Right.
And he was like, kept insisting. And then I think because I kept pulling Jay and Davide, I was active.
And everyone.
And
Jay
I
as well,
think it put because I wasn't focusing all on Jax,
Right.
he kind of got a bit pissed off and was like, right, I'm going to sack her off.
Because the way he did that was very bizarre.
I know, it's out of order, isn't he?
Very okay, I didn't see him going for Cheyenne. I thought he was going to go for you. And then it was like
Because
back and forth.
we actually got on really well. We're very similar in the fact that we don't take ourselves too seriously. I spent most of my time in that pool and he used to like getting in there as well. But yeah, he did say some quite hintful things about me getting in his bed all the time, and then he was like, oh yeah, by the way, I like Cheyenne. And I was like, oh, all right.
That's odd.
But yeah, I think it was obviously because I was having chats with Davide and Jay.
So, and he wants somebody who's solidly interested.
Yeah.
The attention, basically.
And I wasn't giving it to him.
Basically, yeah. So you were in the villa with Jax, I believe. What the hell do you make of everything that's going on around him, and then Casa Amor behavior, and then coming back, and then crying, the skid marks on his underwear? Okay, I'm not skid marks, but
No, to be fair, I mean, I think having come out, he definitely has had a bad rap, with media and press and stuff.
Right.
And obviously he's been a bit.
He's a hot topic.
Yeah, he's been a bit borderline, obviously in Casa with everything going on with you girls, and yeah, he's.
Mollie looks like she's disagreeing.
But what do you think? Disagreeing with what I'm saying?
Do you know what? I just think he's a bad egg.
No. Sorry, wait. Let me finish a second. Just aside from that,
Yeah.
Having got to know him for a week, he's one of those guys where when you first meet him, you're he's really laddie, takes a while to warm up, but once you actually get to know him, he's actually a really lovely guy, and I think he gets a bad rap that maybe doesn't come across on TV. He's very he's very thoughtful and emotionally intelligent and aware and stuff. But obviously you girls have had a completely different experience of him, and it's quite it kind of contradicts completely what you're going to say.
Maybe he's thoughtful and emotionally intelligent with friendship.
With
that's-
friendships.
Some boys are like that
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
outside.
Where with girls, they're not going to be like that. But
May-
with their boys,
Yeah.
they're very much, because they're the bad.
Yeah, he was
But
lovely
I
to
meant-
me as a friend.
Yeah,
I-
nice
I-
friend, bad boyfriend.
Right.
Well, I mean, I did think that about his and Paige's relationship
Right.
before Casa happened. I was he's actually you can tell he really likes her.
Yeah.
But then obviously the whole Casa thing happened, and he's just I think he just messed up a little bit. But
A little bit.
Ooh,
lot.
I think he messed up a lot.
yeah,
I don't
okay.
get it.
Girls.
But I don't know. He's messed up a bit. I get that, but I still think he's
Charlie's killing me. I don't know. I feel like he 1 minute you're on the stairs with Paige having
Yeah.
secret chats, trying to
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
her hand from pillow to pillow, and then he's already with you.
Charlie should have recoupled with Jax by the sounds of it.
yeah, Jax or Davide maybe. Yeah.
Jazmine,
Right, yeah.
we didn't even see you in the villa.
Oh God, no one even knows what my voice sounds like.
Yeah, so honestly, when she came in, she was speaking. I was like, "This is weirding me out."
I
Yeah,
didn't
she's
see it.
actually got a voice. What?
I did actually ask where your accent was from as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You asked
Yeah.
where accent's from. I didn't even know you were Geordie,
Yeah.
anything. And you're half Middle Eastern. Your dad
Yeah.
is from Yemen. My
Yeah.
dad's from Yemen as well. So I just didn't expect that. I was just
Yeah.
shocked. Did you have a connection with anybody in there in the villa?
Okay, so here's the tea. I did have a connection with someone, and that person was Andrew. All the girls knew from the set we walked in, he was the one who actually initially pulled me for a chat.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
he pulled me for a chat. He sat me down and he basically told me he manifested us. He
Huh?
said the night before when they were all on that thing, which we've now seen, that I sat there and I manifested you. I manifested you, Jazz. You're the girl of my dreams. Started talking about my family. Got to learn my mum, dad's, grandma, granddad's names.
What?
Yeah, said that he can't wait to meet them on the outside.
Oh
said
my
that, oh my
days.
God, no, I do actually think we would be compatible. This first conversation clicked instantly. He's literally, we were I think we talked for about an hour. So the clip of me where I did speak about paprika layers is why I go oh my God, why have you asked that? Because Dami actually came over to get that text.
Right.
So Dammy interrupts the conversation, and that's why I'm like, why have you said that? Because he's interrupting mine and Andrew's hour-long chat.
The parents, the mums, the dads.
Girl of my dreams manifested it,
Girl of my dreams
literally.
manifested it.
Wait, I don't understand what do you mean he manifested?
Like
as
he
in
said, he literally
was
manifested me. That's what he was asking the
What, and he
producers
was
for
like,
that night
my
before.
prayers have been answered.
Yeah, my prayers have been answered. Like, you're the girl. Yeah.
Why? So then why did he pick Coco?
All right, so this is what really annoys us. So me and him were going for chats all day. Everything was all fun and games. They didn't show him the challenge that I was the only person that he went and kissed. And he said like, oh, like he kissed me and Cheyenne, and he said, "Yous are my top two."
Oh, he kissed Cheyenne as well.
Yeah, Coco was
Damn.
never mentioned. Never mentioned. All the boys, all that first day were like, oh, you like Andrew. Oh, we're not going to get to know you
Right.
because you're for Andrew. So everyone around me is like literally painting that I'm going to come out with this boyfriend, because all the boys are like, this is the girl, this is the girl. So then I pull him to the terrace on the night time, open up, because we've had a few chats through the day. We're clicking, like, I didn't stop talking about him, really, did I?
No.
I was like, oh my God, I think I'm going to come out with a boyfriend. I pull him to that terrace, open up, tell him how I feel. I'm not interested in getting to know anyone else but you. You're the only person I'm clicking with.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to put everything into you. I said, what's your bed situation? And he said, I'm going to sleep outside in the day bed to respect Tasha, but it's not because I don't want to share it with you.
Oh.
So then 10 minutes later, Coco was the girl that I talked about Andrew to, the girl I was closest to. She went up on the terrace and kissed him.
Wow.
There was no indication of Coco. She was never mentioned all the way through the day. You know this. And suddenly the girl that I was closest to initially talked about him, opened up about like, oh, like, I'm scared to let someone in. She was like, no, go for it. You two are great together.
All I hear is shouting.
Yeah, so then
So who was shouting? You
me, I
and,
shouted.
with Coco.
Yeah, at Coco. So
Bloody
the thing is,
hell.
I'm a girl's girl through and through. So if you disrespect me and I've let you in, it's kind of like, what? Like, why did you say I could trust you? I said to him, I was like, I'm not going to be your second best. So
Right, that makes sense.
if I'm after
Yeah,
you've done
yeah.
that, because especially like I didn't find out they were sharing a bed till I stepped foot in that bedroom.
No, it's just interesting because obviously Casa Amor's like a scenario where like you've got like such a finite amount of time to like
Yeah.
Yeah, and this Casa
Like-
Amor was
Mad,
much shorter. Like it was
so
very
I'm just wondering if like everyone was just like you know what, like who cares about other girls that I'm with, like I'm just gonna go for it. Like
Yeah, like the thing is, I'm so loyal though. Like even Mollie knows if I was talking to anyone, like any
Yeah.
boy, even as a friend, I'd give
Yeah,
the
yeah,
girls a
yeah.
heads up. So I'd be like, oh, by the way, China, I'm just gonna pull Jay for a
and so
chat.
Coco
just letting
didn't
you
do
know.
any of that and just
None
went up
of
to the
that,
terrace
and
and
then
kissed
she
him.
played victim and started crying.
To you.
To like being like, oh my God, I don't want you to feel like I've snaked
She did
you,
do this again,
which is what we've seen.
which I saw
Yeah.
with the whole Tasha situation.
Yeah, the same
she was victim and she was crying, holding Tasha's hand. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
is it Shakespeare? Like, why are you holding Romeo?
Well, that's
what
what
the
she
hell's
did
going
with
on?
me.
Like, why are you holding when you were? And the thing is, you're holding her hand, but you were really going in on Tasha when you were in the villa, saying
Just
bye
like-
to her bed and
She was
everything.
sleeping Tasha 24/7 inside. the villa.
Okay. And she did the same thing to you where she cried. Who did she
Yeah.
cry to?
Me?
you-
To me and the girls. So I got
After she
called-
was caught out doing that without letting you.
So
Okay.
I found out by the boys laughing. So I'm just sat on this beanbag. So I've told all the girls, I've laid it out for Andrew. He said he really wants to get to know us. I generally think things there. This is great. So then I'm sat there and I just hear laughing behind us. And then my heart just drops because I've been in that situation before, and I told Andrew this. I've been cheated on.
Right.
And I found out in these similar situations, and he knew that.
What a weirdness that Andrew was somebody that was a choice of yours as well. And you obviously with Tasha and that whole Andrew
I
is
know.
so...
What a crossover.
What a crossover. And I didn't even plan that. Damn. Sorry, continue. I'm just like...
I know it's mad, innit? But yeah, so I found out then, and then she came down, and I was like, she's done something. Like, the boys wouldn't have acted like that if nothing happened. So then I start getting upset. Summer's like pinning us down, like literally like sat down the beanbag, like grabbing my hand, being like, "You're fine," because it was just a bit of trauma from previous relationships, finding out that exact way too. And from my point of view, I was like, millions of people are gonna see me look like a mug. You've
Right.
opened up to a boy because he's the nice boy, and he's done that to you, and the world's gonna see that. So I was like, oh my God, I just feel like an idiot. And then she came down, tried to be like, it was all him. I didn't flirt with him once. He just grabbed us and kissed us. There was no flirting in that conversation.
Okay.
Which then, when I went and watched back,
was a lie.
was bullshit.
Damn.
Yeah.
So she is playing a big game in that villa.
Yeah.
So
a big game in that villa because you didn't
That's
really say
mad.
anything at all when it came to, because we didn't even see anything of you.
Yeah.
So this is just all brand new information, like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
all of us, apart from me, obviously. But I was like, what the hell? And then when it came to when she returned to Casa Amor and she got picked, like I don't know. A lot of people were saying, why wasn't Jazmine picked? Not because of you and Andrew, but because, you know, Jazmine was just there, you're a good looking girl, like what was going on. And wow, I'm actually quite speechless because the way she was moving with Tasha and crying, I was just confused.
That's what she did to me, though. It's like a script, honestly. And the thing is, like, I'm such a genuine person inside and out, and I'll not fake anything. So when I see someone fake and play victim, it angers me more than anything in the world. Because I'm like, if you do shit, own it. Put your hands up. Say, like, I'm sorry, I have done this, Jazz. I'm considering your feelings. Don't sit there and play victim like I've done that to you. I was actually sat there at the moment that was happening, saying to Davide, oh, you're going to have Coco in your bed. You're going to have Coco in your bed. Oh, Coco's a beautiful girl. Wing woman in her.
Yeah, helping her.
As she was kissing the
As she
lad
was kissing the man that you confided in her to about.
Yeah, I had a connection with on the villa.
So she played you, not
She
even just
played-
playing the
no,
guy. She
no,
played
she
you
played me.
to get into Casa
Yeah.
and leave Casa. Do you think that she's? I see her being dumped soon
Yeah.
because Andrew kind of left her, and now like who is she there for? Like I feel like she's going. Like I don't understand.
Andrew pulled me for a chat before the recap.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Oh my days. What did he say to you?
That he was gutted that I wasn't in. So I had the top 3, and he said that he was gutted that I didn't. He wasn't.
Andrew likes to play games now because on the
Yeah,
on the second or
Andrew's-
third day he did say to Tasha that Luca doesn't want you in his top 3 or something like
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
misinformation.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
forgot about that
Yeah.
as well. And then Tasha was like, "Well, why did you lie?" Then Andrew and Luca had that conversation. So he likes to play a little like fib here and there.
Yeah. And
to
he was like, I
make
would have
things
loved
come
to
in his
get
way.
to know you and that. And he was like, I wish like obviously wasn't the recoupling. And I was
So then, like, is he really into Tasha? Because how are you coming into Casa and you're just like flirting with 3
Yeah.
different girls? It's not even just
don't know.
one; it's 3.
I think he obviously likes Tasha. He was just like, what did you know when? So
Not even
You're
trying
trying to phrase it so nice.
Charlie's
Yeah.
also trying to break it down because like this is brand new information.
no, so obviously like Andrew got a lot of info from like all you girls when
Yeah.
I
when
think
you
he
all came in.
panicked, and I think then he tried to like obviously. I think it was like tit for tat with him. He wanted to get one up on Tasha. I think.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
what
like
I
an
mean,
ego pride
Do
thing.
you think
Yeah.
that like everything, like I don't know who relayed all the information about like how he's come across with Tasha, but do you think that like maybe it came across as like him looking like more of a mug than he actually looked?
I don't think anyone actually went in a Casa maliciously. I think that all of us girls have been painted quite negatively in that way.
I'm not saying
Like,
you girls at all. I'm
I know.
I'm just curious to know like
Yeah.
if you think like that it might have come across like more
I think
because he
Andrew-
reacted obviously like
Yeah.
really like that was like a lot of the reason why he was like just
It was
yeah,
more so
fuck
the boys
that.
than the actual us girls, though.
Yeah.
It's like what was said wasn't.
Was it more the boys though?
Yeah, it was the boys saying
Because
like
it
get
didn't
rid
come
of
across
Tash.
like that on camera.
No,
Well, that's what the reality
yeah.
was. They were saying like dump Tasha, get rid of Tasha.
Yeah, Luca
I feel like the
really
boy-
Yeah,
didn't
like the
want them-
boys didn't like Tasha and they wanted him
Yeah, the boys
to
didn't
get
like
gone.
Tasha.
And they
at
would be
all.
like, tell them what Tasha's like. And then I openly said, like, Tasha did say that she couldn't be herself. She said, like, she's usually sassy. I openly held my hands up and, like, admit it because I did say it. But I felt bad because I could see Andrew liked her and I just felt like I don't know, I feel like maybe she wasn't as into him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I wanted him to have an opportunity because I didn't even fancy Andrew, so I wasn't doing it for my own benefit. But I wanted to give him like a option so he could potentially explore something.
Right.
Yeah.
When it comes to your experience on Casa Amor, the recoupling,
Yeah.
did you have any kind of regrets or felt like you should have gone on? Because a lot of people are confused as to why you didn't mention Jack
I wish I'd mentioned Jax.
as well as Davide. Or
Yeah,
just,
no, just as well as Davide, because me and Jax for the first like 2 days were with each other all the time.
right.
So I do think I should have obviously dropped him in it because it looked like he was just with Cheyenne the whole time and he wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he was only with Cheyenne like the last like day and a half.
Oh wow! So he was spending more time with you.
Yeah, we were
He was
like,
playing them both.
He was playing you both like
Mollie
ping pong.
would be like, go for a chat. I'd pull her, like check where she was at, and then he'd already be talking to Cheyenne.
but we used to say
I love
me and her conversation is very copy and pasted. Like Cheyenne said that to me,
Right.
and then obviously
okay. So he's basically playing.
I was
both.
having chats with everyone. He thought, nah, I've been this one off.
Bin this one off. And like when Cheyenne spoke on Casa Amor, I feel like she wasn't. Maybe she was a little bit scared, or
Yeah.
like, but she didn't really come with Jax is this, is that.
Yeah.
He did
She's
that.
such a nice girl.
She is.
It comes
She's not
across
got a
like
bad
she's quite
bone,
timid or
really.
like doesn't
Yeah.
really not confrontational. So that was the kind of like I was like, why isn't Shan really going in on him? I feel like everybody's frustration with Casa is that Jax didn't actually get laid out properly.
Yeah.
In terms of the way he
I wonder
did.
if there'll be a cinema night though, because I'd love.
Yeah,
it.
this movie night.
There's got to be a
There has to be, but like
yeah.
it has yet to happen. What? Okay, but what are your guys' thoughts on Adam Collard returning to Love Island?
Wow.
I'll start. I've got a personal opinion on
Do you know
Adam.
him from Newcastle?
Yeah, it's my ex's best friend.
Okay.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Talk to me.
Oh no! So I had a heart attack when like we were putting on our hair and makeup and stuff before after sun, where you get shown it. And then like everyone was just like, Adam Collard's back, and I was like, haha, yeah, right. Like go on, no. And everyone was like, no, Jazz, it is. Me and him didn't get on. I was 19 when I was with my first boyfriend, and he was 24 at the time. And he used to use my age against us and be like, you can do so much better than Jazz. She's not that fit. She's not that funny. She doesn't bring anything to the table. Slate me like at my young age to be like, you're this, you're that, and kind of like put us in a box. And it was just really nasty, and I didn't like that at all.
What a mess.
Yeah, he's just not a very respectful man.
It definitely wasn't
How old
on
is
this
he?
season.
Do you know?
How old is he now?
Yeah.
26, I
26.
think.
Oh, is he? Fine. So I'm older than him anyway.
Yeah.
I thought he might be like a lot older because like obviously he went on like
He went on at 21
long ago
though.
did-
He was
Oh, did
21
he?
when he was on the show. Yeah, he was
22,
my age
and now
on the
he's at
show. Yeah.
26.
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keen to see what he does.
He's fit.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to, I don't,
It's definitely trouble. So
Yeah.
he's definitely in trouble, but I feel like once you've had your time on the show, like
Yeah.
you're going to have
Yeah.
it again. Like, and this just sets a precedent. Who else is going to return now in future seasons? I don't know, you
God,
might
I
even see
know.
your faces in the
Well,
couple
yeah.
seasons. You
just
don't even
pop
know.
back up 2 years down
You
the
don't
line.
know.
I'm not
2 years
21
down
now.
the line. So what were your thoughts on looking back in Casa and not seeing yourself there at all? Did that irritate you?
Yeah, it was a shock. I'm not gonna lie to you. When we had the phone calls, because we get a phone call back home in Holden, and I was very shocked because obviously, like, I had the whole Coco confrontation, the Andrew situation, and then even the day before the recoupling, Andrew went, "I still want to get to know you. Like, I'm not closing you off. Like, I'm still interested in you."
There's a lot of narratives.
So like a lot of stuff went on for me personally inside that villa that wasn't shown. Not even that, like my friendships with like Moll, like all my dance moves. Like everyone said I was the life and soul of the villa.
Come on, dance moves.
Oh my god, no! I've got like all
Let's
the,
not speak on dance because
Yeah.
you got
You got the key.
the dance
here.
king over here.
You don't talk about dance. my worm. Come on, guys.
I don't know how they edited us out though, because
No,
we were
neither.
always together.
I think your Casamore was the best in terms of the messiness that you guys
Yeah.
were bringing and the fact that you guys weren't afraid to come out, especially like
Yeah, loved
Samuel,
it,
who was
loved
like,
it.
you know, really
Yeah.
telling Paige what was going on with Jax on the boys' side. So I thought it was like, okay, you guys are bringing
Yeah.
up with
Oh,
content.
was he?
Yeah, so he was in his time, he was basically letting Paige know that Jax is a player.
Oh, he didn't tell us
Oh,
that. We've just been
no.
with him for bloody 48 hours.
Oh, it was on the show.
Wow,
was
we haven't
filmed.
caught up.
Right.
What
okay, you
point
guys
do you
have
think
caught
we've got? We've only been back 3 days.
Yeah, you guys have just come back. It's crazy when you
Yeah.
think about it. Like, it's actually like, but you guys are really just like, especially with Coco, she came across very strong when it comes to her hate or distrust, dislike for Tasha. But I just felt like, why didn't you relay that to her? You know, she was just very like,
Yeah.
the way she maneuvered herself is very interesting. But I think her time is up quite soon. I don't see her seeing it
No.
in any capacity. So you had beef with Coco, you had a situation with Andrew,
Yeah.
and none of that was shown.
None of that was
Do you know?
shown.
I think because maybe it doesn't fit the narrative or storyline.
Yeah,
that
I think it
producers are
was the
trying to
narrative
make.
of Coco.
Right, in the narrative of Coco.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be picked over Coco from initial like glances of Casa.
Me too, me too. By mine and his chats.
Right,
It was very shocking.
very shocking.
We really got on. And when I say really got on, I mean like there was never a silence. Like I was always like we were both like belly laughing, like tears down our like eyes. Like honestly, like we clicked like that instant from the second we seen
Right.
each other and we both said it.
Right,
So then I have that situation happen and knocked us. And the thing is, I'm too nice of a person though to be malicious
right.
with it and be like, I could have completely cock blocked it and still pursued him. If I wanted to have him, I would have had him. I would have been in the villa.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I just took that step back because I was like, I know my worth. You're not going to play me.
I wish I saw this, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm genuinely like just so annoyed that we couldn't. Charlie, I did want to ask you a question about Danica because you were there while she was there in the villa.
I was indeed, yeah.
She is struggling. The girl is got friend zoned again by Josh. She got saved when, you know, Antigone got dumped. She's had chat with Andrew, that failed. Luca, that failed. Like, there's multiple people in there. Do you know, is there something that we're not seeing? when it comes to Danica, or do you just think that she's having bad?
Well, as in why is she having bad luck?
Yeah, like I don't know what it is because she's a good-looking girl, but is her chat dead? Are the guys just playing her? Like, what is going on?
I don't know. Like, I think when I was in there, obviously, she was basically going for guys that weren't interested in her when they'd already told her.
Right. Okay.
So she was kind of like fighting a losing battle on that front, I think.
Right.
She was maybe, I don't know, it was just like the right girl wasn't in there at the time. She's a lovely girl. Like, I don't have a bad word to say about her. Like, she's really nice. But when I was in there, just none of the boys, like, were
warming towards her in that way.
Yeah. I don't know why, though. Like, for me, like, she's not my usual type. But, like, yeah, like, it's just, I think it was just unlucky. Like, she didn't have a match in there, really.
You came across as quite posh on the show, especially
yeah.
I thought that as well.
Yeah.
How does that frustrate you? And do you think that you were represented in the way that you wanted to be?
I think definitely, like, the show came across as if I was a lot more posh than I am.
Right.
But, I don't
kind of
know.
puts you in a box.
Yeah, it puts you in a box a little bit, but like, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I didn't expect, like, I think it's more like the voiceover of what's his name, Ian
Sterling.
Yeah, he definitly made me out to be quite posh.
What did he say again? Like,
he was like, "Oh, daddy has ordered his private jet and all this shit," which I found quite funny when I watched back. But then obviously when you think about it, when you think about it with like the audience watching, it's just so unrelatable. Like, and it's unrelatable for me as well, obviously.
Right, it's very unrelatable.
And it's just it's not my life, but yeah. It's funny, but like it's also just like, why did you come across like that? Yeah.
Do you, not in terms of regrets, but anything that you should have done or wanted to do once you came out of the villa?
No, to be honest, I don't regret anything. Like,
okay.
I sort of acted with, like, the only thing that people always ask me is like, do you wish you coupled up with Tasha over EXPL0SIVE? Because that was quite a key moment. Everyone was like, oh, like you should have gone with Tasha.
Right.
But like I was saying to you earlier, I kind of acted with the information I had in front of me at the time, and like, if I had a bit more time, I probably would have gone for Tasha, I think.
And are you here for the Andrew and Tasha reconciliation?
I mean, to be honest, after everything that's happened, it'd be nice to go back together, but I just don't see it like being I mean, I think basically, like, also Tash has got a real bad rap for getting to know other people, but it's like Love Island.
Hello, Andrew's gotten to know the whole world at this point.
Yeah. I mean, and she's got a real bad rap for it, and she's completely entitled to do that.
Right.
So, like, I think she got a load of shit at the start because Andrew was just like completely smitten, so into her, and then all the boys are like, you know, she's not as into you as you're into. But Andrew didn't have anyone coming in and actively like wanting to get to know him.
Right.
So it was kind of like, I feel like that's the situation with it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Honestly, it's fine. We're keeping that in, by the way.
What do you think? It sounds like you don't agree.
I think Andrew and Tasha are just back and forths. I don't understand what's going on. I don't think they're gonna last.
No.
I think that, you know, he, like, that whole scene, I don't know if you guys saw that because he just came out, but about him sucking
that was
Coco's.
the first night though. That was the
We
night
were there.
that all happened.
We witnessed it.
Huh?
Yeah,
You witnessed
well,
in the bed?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was the first night, like when
Wait,
he
so
did
what-
all that behind
Hold
my
on.
back.
Yeah.
He popped in bed and did that. So I could hear them moaning.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
I was up, could not sleep, and I was like stood there, and I was trying to look around the room to see if anyone else was seeing what I was seeing. And then Summer, she looked over because she was right next to me, and like took her little panda mask off, and then looked at me, and her just burst out laughing.
Wait, so what did you actually see then?
Well, I don't know. There was
seen
a
it
lot of
happen?
movement considering they just done nipple sucking or whatever.
It was.
Like they
so
were
Do
under.
you think more happened? Then?
Well, I don't know, but they were under the covers for a long period of time,
And it was literally all the way
hours
through the
like,
night.
I could not sleep. I was like, "Shut the fuck up now."
Yeah.
Yeah, it like. Ugh.
Wow. And he said to her that he wants to ruin her.
Yeah.
That I. Well.
And like literally that was like all you could hear was them two giggling.
Yeah.
And like I'm just here cuddling a pillow trying to like drown it out, being like,
they
don't
were
hear it, don't
laughing
hear
all
it.
night. Literally, the first night was unbearable.
Yeah, it was
So-
awful.
Yeah.
After the way Coco snaked you.
That was directly after. That was only like 15 minutes beforehand that all came out.
Wow.
So then I had to sit in bed after he said that he was staying outside in a bed with Coco doing bits. And I was hearing it.
So they were loud then.
Yeah.
Loud,
I was
yeah.
the
Like, loud,
opposite
loud.
end. And I heard it.
Casa, Amor, your rooms are quite small, to be fair. I mean, like it's just like 6 beds.
Yeah.
It's quite easy to hear stuff. But damn,
Yeah.
this man is not holding
I
back.
was like literally.
It's
all
very
wide
interesting
awake.
because it comes across as if Andrew is besotted with Tasha, like
Yeah.
besotted with her, is more in love with her, and that Tasha's kind of playing him because she's playing between Billy and whoever else. But in actual fact, he's doing bits with one girl.
Yeah.
Really wanted to be with you.
Yeah.
Talked about it with your family. Had a chat with you as well. And it just seems that he's also exploring his options.
Yeah.
But this is why Tasha's getting frustrated because she's also like, that's why she cried and broke down.
Yeah.
I was like, these Casa girls can F off. Like she's just like
But
irritated.
I don't think he ever would have done that if he didn't get the whole Casa thing at the start, where like the girls came in and then he heard all this that like.
Yeah, I
is
mean,
being played.
I feel like that probably
That
allowed them to
100%,
navigate.
Like honestly, being in there with him, he was so like he would not look anywhere else, and then he heard that, like, and then
No. Yeah, I
It
think
was even
that
before that, though.
right. I think that I would allow somebody to navigate in terms of options because they've heard that the girls are
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
it, the
yeah,
boys
yeah.
saying it. But what I mean specifically is doing bits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
With
yeah.
a girl,
Yeah.
and then saying I want to ruin you, and then when you Jazmine talk about your family and stuff like that,
Yeah, mine
that,
was like an
that's
actual
what I
emotional
mean.
connection, and Coco was the physical.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's
the separation.
confusing.
There was no emotional with him and Coco. That was me.
Right.
It was the physical.
Because him having a chat with you is like it is. I mean, I'm not sure how far the chats went, but I guess they're just chats, and he wants to speak
Oh,
to
I
you.
think, yeah,
You're a
I
fit
get
girl. He's a good looking guy. He wants to just chat. But then the whole family intensive stuff, and then doing bits. I'm just
Talking
like,
about
you're
how
taking
we're gonna work
it.
on the outside, planning date night.
That's why I'm confused because you're doing that, but then you're also beside with Tasha. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe all three coexist. That's just the way I see it. It's just going to be. That's why I feel like. Because I've always thought that Tasha was playing Andrew. That's, as a viewer, that's just how you see it.
Yeah.
Maybe they're both. I feel like maybe in the situation where they both just have done
I think
wrongs.
they both don't know where they stand.
They both don't know where they
yeah.
stand. It's
They're
not
in
that
that
one is
limbo,
innocent.
yeah.
They're both kind of like guilty to an extent here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't see them. I don't know about the reconciliation because I just don't see them lasting.
Yeah, no.
They just
Yeah.
don't know what they really want. And if Andrew's doing that with another girl and is doing that, what would happen on the outside? Or if Tasha's not really on him, what would, I don't know.
He'd run off a night out and not come back for 4 days.
4 days. Oh my.
See, I actually thought that Tasha would come back on her own, and then Andrew would recouple with like retaliation. Like after
Interesting.
Oh no,
Casa.
we did. We didn't think she was going to come in with anyone.
Yeah. And then I was like, when that happened, I was like, wow, that's because obviously she's
Wow.
obviously had the bad rap with like getting to know people. So I thought she'd be quite like, I'm going to prove that I am definitely interested in Andrew. But like when she came back with someone, I was quite surprised.
Interesting because he sat down with Tasha and had to have another conversation because he didn't tell her about doing bits. But now Tasha doesn't know that evidently you were having conversations with Andrew about meaningful stuff and meeting the family.
Because I feel like anyone could kiss anyone and doesn't mean anything. I feel like if you want to know someone's family and really letting them know about like what's the worst experience I've had with dating, when's the lowest I've felt with the boys, what's my red flags, about like personal stuff is to make sure that I knew I was safe with him and I
Right.
could open up to him.
And then he just
Yeah.
didn't go.
And then just go and kiss a girl that I'm friends with. Like 10 minutes after I've
not
opened
even
up
just
to
kiss,
you.
doing bits.
No, like do bits.
I want to
exactly
ruin
like
you.
that.
That is killing me.
I was literally sat there with my pillow like, this is not happening. I'm not doing this. This is not my Love Island
Crazy.
experience. Yeah.
And we didn't see any conversations of Jack saying to you, like you're wearing this underwear or something like that.
I
or
know.
wearing underwear
It was
in bed.
it was when we were on the terrace. We were on the terrace before. Oh, obviously before he went and got Cheyenne. But yeah, he was really flirting. He was like, "Who do you think I'll have more fun with, you or like Cheyenne?" And I said, "Well, we're very different people." Do you know what I mean? And I was like, "What do you mean by fun?" Like,
Wow.
Yeah. This is how the boys
Yeah.
were looking at us.
That's crazy.
it's mad. And then obviously I gravitated towards Davide anyway.
Right. And you guys had like.
How was your thing with Davide?
So
Yeah.
I actually originally liked Jay and Davide, and you actually don't really see me talk to Jay, which is mental really, because we did have quite a few chats.
Right.
And I don't think he liked China.
Oh, you don't think.
Jay liked
No, he
China.
doesn't.
No.
I wanted to touch on this
But
because it's so weird.
It's not for us who've been
Yeah.
inside it.
Because why would he pick
It's
her
just-
and recouple?
well, he said he liked me, so it was very weird. Like I was like, well, why don't you just?
So you think he never liked her from the beginning?
Well, I don't know. I just don't understand it. Like I just don't.
What? So it was like
It was
not
out of
obvious at
nowhere.
all that really.
Yeah, they like.
Wow.
Because it came across on like
Very
on
much.
TV that like they had like a good chat, and Jay was in the beach hut, and he was like, "Oh, she's a really interesting girl. I'm intrigued by her."
Well, he might have been saying that about a lot of people, though.
Yeah,
Jay.
yeah,
The
yeah.
guys
They
are
gotta
playing
know
games, man. The
everything.
guys are
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
games.
Jay was on about kissing me. Who was like,
Yeah.
I reckon you would kiss me right now. And then he was like,
Really?
50-50. And I was like, no. I was like, no,
This is
we
not Who
wouldn't.
Wants
I
to
was
Be
like, if you
Millionaire,
gave
not
me
50-50.
60-40, maybe. And then I got called to the beach hut. And I was like, well, but yeah,
So he was
see-
really leaning towards you just as much as he was with Cheyenne, to be honest with you. And now, what do you make of him? Okay, this is very interesting. What do you guys make of his family responding, saying that he has ADHD?
oh,
And that,
Jack.
Yeah, Jax's family, and that could be a reason for his poor choice. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen this.
I've seen it, yeah.
What are your reactions to that?
So I don't think he actually does anything with maliciousness or anger or anything like that. I generally do think he's a lovely boy. I just feel like he's young.
Yeah.
He's a young boy who's used to going out all the time. You know the types. Like, I'm a nightclub manager.
Is he
I
young
know
though?
them.
I feel like he's 23.
That's
Yeah.
young for a man.
I just feel
23
like-
in a man's like 18.
I would say it's young. I agree, but I think that common sense. Like, he's playing so many girls. I feel like the ADHD stuff was okay. You can still have ADHD, but I don't think it's an excuse to treat a girl like crap.
Yeah, I do
So
agree
I see
with
see
that
both
sort of-
sides of
yeah.
the coin. I
Because
feel like
I
see
think,
your-
like, I
don't think he's
understand-
malicious. I don't think he's evil.
No.
I
he's
understand with someone
definitely-
with
He's not
like
an evil person. Nobody really is on that show. But
No.
like someone with ADHD, you'll be like more hyperactive,
Right.
like impulsive.
Right.
But I just think like there's a way of dealing with things, and like he didn't have to like kiss Cheyenne or whatever. Like he was going on about this test, whatever. But you don't have to like do anything. for a
it's
test,
funny
you know
because
what I
he
mean?
was quick to tell Ekin-Su that she's a headache.
Yeah.
But what are you? That's what I'm saying. And I feel like
Yeah.
he has. But then when it comes to Dami and Luca having their beef on Casa Amor,
Yeah.
he was very much quiet and timid.
Yeah,
when,
he
you
didn't
know,
have
Dami was
Luca's back
irritated.
at all.
Didn't have Luca's back, but he was quite like timid. And normally
Yeah.
we know him to be quite, you know, if he has an opinion, he will speak up.
Yeah.
From what I know as a viewer.
Yeah.
So when it came to telling Ekin-Su she's a headache and whatever, like I just feel like, are you keeping this energy because she's a girl? And then with the lads, you're a little bit different. But speaking of that Dami Luca stuff, do you guys think Luca's playing a game?
Not at all.
This is the thing, because we see it as he's more into her and Gemma's not that, but I assume it's equal.
No, he knows that. He knows that he's more interested in her.
Mm.
However, he's still 100% genuine with the feelings with her.
Yeah, I don't think Gemma's
I-
not interested in him. I think Gemma is interested
I
in
don't
him.
think
Seeing it-
he's more into her than she is into
Interesting.
Because
So
seeing them in person, I think she's like all like
All over
really
him.
Like,
affectionate.
I think
She
it
is
comes.
affectionate
I think it
with
comes
them.
across on camera as if she's not as into him, but
Yeah.
like if you actually spend some time with them, like she's just not as like
She's just
PDA,
different.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
just like a bit more like it takes a while for her to just like open her.
yeah, everyone's saying this. Afia said this as well. That just-
Yeah.
I think she's just like less like into like public affection stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah,
She's
and
still
Luca's very
like you see
touchy.
them in bed at the end of the day, and like when they like sit together and stuff when they're away from like groups and stuff, and they're very into each other. I think. I don't think one's more into the other than I think they're like definitely the strongest couple at the moment.
Interesting. Do you think that Billy's like even into Gemma, or is it just like a friendship thing? Because he seemed
That's not a friendship.
because Luca's getting worried about that and the fact that he's sneaking around or like having chats with Gemma, and it just seems a little bit odd,
I think they're just friends.
like a flirtatious
Yeah,
thing.
I just think he's a bit of a flirt, Billy.
You think?
Yeah.
Do you think there's more to it?
I don't trust him.
Don't trust Billy.
I've known boys like that. I know I don't know him,
He
but I
dated my
don't trust
friend.
him. From
He
the
dated your
second I met
friend?
him, I was like, something's not right there.
Billy dated your friend.
Yeah, too.
And
Yeah.
how did that? I mean, obviously
She
not
said
for a
he's
while.
very charming. That's what she said.
Yeah.
She said like he knows what to say to a girl.
What? So by
You guys are well connected.
Is it like by dated? Like
They've
they
seen
went.
each other. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they were like seeing each other for a while, or it was like a sort of like.
Yeah, no, a while.
Yeah, fine.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was like a year and a half ago, 2 years, I want to say.
Yeah, I think Gemma is into Luca, obviously. We just
Yeah.
don't see it as much. And
Yeah.
also, as you said, people are different characters. Some people don't like PDA. But seeing Luca being bothered by Billy having a conversation with Gemma is worrying a lot of people. Like, he comes across as quite possessive, or like, why are you doing... I mean, you're in a villa. Everything's going to be high-end. But I don't know what you guys make of that, or if you have seen that, if he acts like he's quiet because he's bothered by her having chats. What if she goes out with her girls and he's like, what's going on? Like, there's a picture of you and a lad.
Like that.
You don't think he's like
No,
that?
not at all.
Interesting. It really comes across like that.
Yeah, I mean, I
There's
can,
really
I can see why it
narratives.
comes across like that for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think in the villa, everything's heightened as well. So
Exactly.
like even when I was in there, I wasn't acting the way with girls as I would on the outside world. Like it's just so much. It's a bit of a mind fuck, like the whole thing.
Interesting.
So like, Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he is. I think he's just like, he genuinely cares about her, and he's just like, I don't think he's possessive, but I think he's just like.
I think
cares
when he
about
comes out and he watches that back, it's going to irritate him.
Yeah, he's not gonna like the
He's not
edit.
going to like the edit
No.
if he's not as possessive as it looks like, because it looks like he's
Yeah.
really like.
Yeah,
I think the thing is, it's that limbo though. Do you know, like when you're dating someone, you're not official boyfriend, girlfriend yet. So you're like,
You're in the
can I
limbo.
get away with acting like this? Can I
Yeah.
get away with putting my foot down with that? And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it is. Imagine that situation, then imagine that in that villa, in that like context where everything's heated up. I think that's all it is.
I think that's probably what it is. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like really just irks you.
Yeah.
Do we think Adam is stealing Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
It's his
Dude.
type.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Previous girls who look like Paige.
And I think
you know,
Paige will like him. Like she liked Jay, didn't she? She really
did.
fancied
She
the
did.
way Jay looked, and I think he's similar looking. So
That
And he's a
would
bad
be,
boy.
That would be some really interesting TV with
Yeah.
Jax and everything.
I thought he would go straight for Gemma. That was my initial assumption, but it
Really?
looks
I
like
think
he's
she's
not.
too young though, isn't she? For him?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that because Jack's
Yeah,
very
she's,
mature.
yeah, she's very mature
Yeah.
for her age,
She's
but
very mature.
19
She is
and
19.
he's 26.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Paige is gonna. I don't know.
think
Would she sway to an ex-Islander? But his conversations in the episode were very interesting, and he's basically said that, you know what, I've done this, and I've done the attention. I'm not like the other lads. I've been through this process.
Yeah.
I think that's such an interesting angle to come at to steal a
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very calculated.
Makes you feel safe, doesn't it? With
It makes you
him?
feel
And you're
safe
like, oh
with
my God,
him.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
trust
that
him.
shit is scary.
You can't.
And I feel like he's gonna drop Paige just like that.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Even on the outside or in the inside.
Well, he had a girlfriend right until like you came on. So like when I left, he still had a girlfriend who he lived with. Put it in that context.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
that whole comment though doesn't really make sense, because why would you go back on Love Island if you don't really care about that sort of stuff?
You want to get more fame.
Well, yeah, I mean, his latest post has got a lot more engagement
Yeah.
with the Love Island stuff. And I feel like it's an opportunity that I think a lot of Islanders would go for.
Yeah.
I'm just not, I don't know where I'm at with it, because I feel like you've had your time, it is what it is. But also, it's like, if you want to cause entertainment, and, you know, I personally don't want Paige and Jax to win, because now obviously hearing that Jax had a lot more conversations with you as well, it just doesn't make any sense as good winners. But who do you guys want to win? I don't know, honestly.
I'd love Davide to win with whoever he's with.
Really?
Just Davide
Yeah.
is
Just
all
Davide.
right now.
Yeah, Davide, and then take the money on his own.
You see, I do want David.
Steal
Yeah.
the money, definitely.
Yeah.
What?
No,
Steal?
Ekin would be like, that's mine.
I'd actually like Davide and Ekin-Su to win, because like
Yeah.
I fucking love Davide, and then obviously like they've rekindled, and like they obviously do like each other now. So I think that would be a real good like story if they won. And they're just like, I think,
Right.
yeah, I think that would be good if they won.
What about you, ladies?
Yeah, I think Davide, Ekansu, or Dami and India.
Yeah, Dami in India, I was off for a minute with the whole Casa Amor stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then they
didn't-
return, and Dami's like, my heart is with India. India's
Yeah.
like, sorry, Deji, I really want to be. And if these two reconcile and things go well for the week and a half,
Yeah.
I'm scared for Summer. Bless her heart. He's
yeah, I feel
played
sorry for her as well.
hard.
He's played
Like,
her
have
as
you
well.
seen what he
It's
was
not just
saying to
India.
her though?
Yeah,
Like they had a connection,
thing.
and like she did generally really like him.
He lied as well. He said to India about like them only having like 4 or 5 kisses.
They kissed a lot more than
They
that.
kissed loads, like literally all the time.
They had a handshake
So-
to kiss
Yeah.
when they greet each
literally.
other. To
Yeah,
kiss
I think
each other.
the handshake was shown.
Yeah, but it was like that every single time they greeted each other, they do the handshake.
Yeah, but I feel like India and Dami to us have such good chemistry.
Yeah.
Bounce off each other. I
So-
mean, you saw them both in the villa.
Yeah, I did not think either of them were going to come back with anyone.
Yeah, they
Like,
seem strong when they're
shocked me
together.
more than anything, to be honest. Apart from the Andrew Tash situation, but yeah, like they were so good together. Like when I was in the villa with them, like spent so much time together, just get on very very well. And yeah, I'm very surprised by it, to be honest.
Interesting. Why do you think Jay has played China? I think we touched on this, but I wanted to tap into it again.
I don't actually know. Like I
Wait,
don't know
so
what he's
do
doing.
you think he's actually playing her?
I don't think he's. I don't.
Or like not into her. Like,
Because
He's never been
from
in
my
her,
perspective, I think Jay is a like really really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I
He's the
don't
nicest
I
man.
don't think he would play anyone.
No.
Like that's just my opinion. Like
I
having
don't
known
think
him.
he's. I don't think he's playing anyone. I just don't think. I just don't think he went. I just don't think they had a connection at all.
No, I don't.
And I feel like as well with like he said obviously that he was attracted to me, but I was chatting to a lot of the other guys.
Right.
And I think where I was chatting to a lot of the other guys, and I did say to him I wanted to get to know like my head was at with Davide. I feel like that might have been why he chose to like go with China. I guess I don't know. I mean, I just felt like their conversations were quite forced. Like
It did,
there was
like-
like a lot of silences, which
Yeah.
And China obviously liked him as well.
China fancied him look-wise. I don't know
Right,
if
fancied
she
him.
liked him.
Initial attraction.
Yeah. She liked how he looked.
Weird because he picked her and then like the next day he was like, it's just not working. So I was just like, oh, this is odd.
yeah.
Because I thought they looked cute
girl
together.
that.
They even could have gone far in the competition because I felt like they looked like.
Yeah.
So it's just confusing. Like it doesn't make. Did he do that because he's making a beeline for Paige again? Like I don't know.
I
Like I
think
don't
he's
know.
heard Paige is single and went, yeah, that's a bit big going back to that.
I think so, but now with Adam in the picture,
Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
I think-
Both of them two fighting.
I think Jay's gonna be dumped tonight.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
because there's a couple.
same.
I
I
don't
do
think he'll
think
even be
he's
there for
got
Adam.
Yeah.
Jay's
just realised.
body, I've not seen.
Oh my
anything
god, we
like
used to
it.
wear sunglasses so we could stare at
Yeah.
his abs without him realizing.
It was
Right, the
mental.
lad has,
Yeah.
there's a lot. They had
Yeah,
great
he's
bodies.
in great
Yeah.
shape.
Great
No, he's
shape.
beautiful.
I've
I've
never
just such
witnessed
intense eye
something like that,
contact
yeah.
too.
Oh, really?
It's like this every time we talk to him. Do you know what I'm on about? It's,
Yeah.
like, it's so intense. Like he really listens to everything that you say, and so
That's
it's easy
nice.
to just be like, wow.
Sounds
nice.
like you girls are in love with him.
Oh,
No.
No, but,
so if you had to recouple with somebody, who would it be?
What in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably Jay.
and
oh, I don't know. I feel like honestly, the only connection I did have was Luca. However, maybe Dami, because we did get on as a like.
What
Would there be
connect-
similar personalities?
what connection did you have with Luca?
Oh, I knew this was gonna come up. Everyone thinks that I'm dating Luca, or the songs went on, or this and
No,
that.
it could just be just conversation.
No,
and
like
chat.
honestly, we are the same person, like a male and female.
Oh,
each
okay,
other.
cool. So like you guys get on.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
cool.
like I had a dip, and I did want to leave the villa at one point on
Oh,
night
really?
2. Yeah, like it was really bad.
Yeah.
From
and I
what
was
basis?
from that whole Coco situation and Andrew,
Damn.
because I
Yeah,
just
okay,
felt
that makes-
so like
Used.
betrayed and used that I was just like, if I'm not going to open up to anyone now, like for me, I wanted to go on Love Island to find a boyfriend. If I wasn't going to find that, I was going to leave.
Fair enough.
And it was only Luca who could talk us down. And that says a lot because no one can talk me down when I've got something in my head. And then after that, like if I was even like making a coffee, he'd come over, he'd check if that was fine. I'd get him to talk about where his head was at mentally. And it was just like, it wasn't just like humor, it was mental. Like, are you all right? Checking on each other. And I needed that in the villa. So I've got nothing to say but love about Luca. He's getting
Fair
a bad edit.
Oh, he's getting a bad edit.
Yeah, bad edit.
But,
It's
yeah, I
not
think
like
he's not
that.
going to be happy when he comes out. Like I just don't really see it.
I've spoke to his family and they agree.
Yeah.
It's a bad edit.
Yeah, because we can only like when I review the show,
Yeah.
you can only review what you see. You know what I mean? There's
Well,
no
you
like
didn't even know I was a
extra bits.
person, hun, when you
I didn't
watched
even
the
know.
show.
Like you don't even see you. And like when
Yeah.
you're speaking, I'm like, damn. Like you're just like she has a voice.
It's weird watching yourself back because, like, even like watching myself back, I was thinking it's made me look really boring. Like, I actually was doing so many weird things. Like, I am a weird person. Like,
It's crazy, isn't it?
and then when I watch After Sun, like, not After Sun, is it the
Unseen
unseen
bits.
bits? And you see me
you
doing the
can see it,
dinosaur. I was
yeah.
like, oh, there I am. That's what I'm actually like. Do you know what I mean? But it's weird. Like, it just looked like I was full on, like, gunning for everyone, which I was. But I did have a bit more, like,
Right.
about me than just. I just.
It's weird, isn't it? Going on a
Yeah.
reality show like that, and then like,
is.
you're
I
just
just
coming
thought I
out.
looked boring. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
they
we
made me
didn't
look
stop watching
dry.
weird things. And none
You
of
were
it was
seen as
real.
boring. You were seen as too
Yeah.
posh. You weren't even there.
know, I wasn't even there. I wasn't even
and
on
it's
the
like we
show.
can have a proper conversation for like an hour
Yeah.
about loads of information that we didn't even expect.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. How have you found it, Charlie, coming out in terms of just, do you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done it, or I'm glad I did it, or like, are you, because some people have very strong opinions on how they were perceived.
Yeah.
Has that like annoyed you, or
No, I mean,
you've been fine with it?
No, I'm completely fine with it.
Fair enough. I feel you're very much easy go.
Yeah, I'm pretty easy
That's the
going.
impression I get,
Like,
yeah.
I like it was a great experience. I really enjoyed it, like, despite only being like 8 days. Obviously, I would have liked to be in there longer, but
Right.
I mean, to be honest, I haven't watched it all back yet. So I'm not like 100% sure how like I came across. I've
Right.
seen like the first initial few episodes, but like I think after that my airtime drops down a bit. But
Right.
yeah, I'm very happy I did it. Yeah.
And the Love Island photographers, the pictures they get of everybody never come out
No,
right.
there's never a monitor.
Yeah,
That's
I
why.
look
There's
like
no
shit
monitor.
online. Yeah.
When they take them, so you get took in a room and he just goes, he takes 3 photos and you're off.
He took 2, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
that's not enough. He's like, no, we've got one. I was like,
No, that's what.
no.
he's fine.
I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
that's why it's very like
Yeah.
you can't see what's being taken.
Yeah, there's no
nothing.
studio lighting. There's literally just
See, that
like
would irritate me. I'm like,
a
I'm not
little
leaving until I
panel.
find out what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Like,
I was like, this is the photo that's going to be used till I'm like 50.
Not
If I
50.
don't look fit.
when Dami and Luca had that argument, last question, and the boys weren't really siding with Luca,
Mm-hmm.
why do you think that was?
Because he was putting them to shame. He was the only one who actually was backing what he was saying to these girls. He was the only person out there getting mosquito bites. The rest of them were in bed with new girls like that.
But then when Dami said that, Luca, you're playing the game for the show or whatever, why didn't even his best mate Jax support Luca? Why would they all
I
just
didn't like that. I didn't rate that.
I'm confused by that.
I don't think it was to do with that. I think it was more to do with the fact that like he was just being quite encouraging of he was like egging the boys on a little bit.
Right, okay.
Like being one of the lads and then
Right. And then going back to Gemma.
And then
right, on the daybed.
sort of like having the chat and then not going through with it. It was more on that front.
I mean, he does make me.
But I think
could be happy for them.
I think the whole game playing thing was just like a heat of the moment, just trying to like get a bit of a dig.
It does seem like when somebody accuses him of something, it sticks with him for a while.
Yeah, I mean that is quite a deep thing to say, though. No, like
say you're
playing
fake.
a game.
Yeah,
Like,
somebody
I
who's
think,
also an OG.
Because it completely discredits his whole relationship with Gemma, and I don't think that's legit. Like, and he knew that would like get to him. So I think like, look, that from what I've seen, like they're great. Like all the boys get on so well, and that was just a heat of the moment thing. And like I think,
yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere.
It did.
Because they're both OGs. They've been there for a while.
Yeah.
Jazz, when you see, are you going to see Coco again?
The thing was, I was really polite around Mollie. Will back that up. Like, I didn't want anyone to feel hostile or like alone in that villa. So like, I'd sit there and let her talk about Andrew to me. And even though I was like such a shit situation, I was like, "Are you all right?" I'd check on her.
Okay, so you guys are like amicable or a plan idea.
Well, she thinks we're best friends because she just thinks that she's got no responsibility for anything that she does.
Right.
So she just instantly thought everything was going to go back to normal.
Right.
But I'm just not a rude person, so I wasn't going to make her feel alone. So I'll let her talk to us and stuff
I
like
assume
that.
you guys will be fine on the outside.
But I'm not exactly going to rush to go on a night out with her or go for brunch with her. Do you know what I mean?
Because you get on with what you get on.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like
what
you
makes
two
more-
have bonded quite well.
Oh,
yeah.
inseparable.
And before we wrap this up, your heart rate challenge.
Yeah, of course.
The worm and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like for some people, it can be quite nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Like to do that, like it's just not in your character, personality. You don't. It's not every day you do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what was going through her head?
It might be like I do that every day of the week, don't I?
Very clear to see that. But how? When you were that challenge was coming, what was going through your head? Must have been a wreck, no? Like,
well, it was.
I would be.
It's a funny challenge. Like getting ready with the boys before we went out was like one of the funniest moments I had in the villa. Like we were all just like gassing each other up, just to do stupid shit, basically like what you saw. But yeah, it was all a bit mad. Like definitely out of my comfort zone, but you just can't take yourself too seriously, can you?
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, guys, thanks. Woo. Mollie, Jazmine, Charlie, you guys have come on. First time doing a 3-way interview, and I feel like it's been a little bit tricky, but I feel like it's been
First 3-way.
I was waiting for that joke.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. The Mollie podcast. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks a lot, mate.
3 Love Island contestants. Boy. Wrapped. Done. Sorry, I was a wreck. I was like, how am I gonna manage all you 3 with different?
You did good though.